The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a potential classic in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Youngway Koo set to kick off.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo 18. Get it. Got 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Cup 19. Cup 19. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Richardson going right to the air. That's complete to DK. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
19 Lions.
Here's Richardson to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready. 19 Tiger, 19 Tigers. Viking 18.
They'll run. This is Bashir Tootin. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
70 Rangers. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
From the shotgun, Richardson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc. It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
Ready, break. 65 catch, 65 catch. Red. 18 Cardinal, 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Richardson. Now he's going to step up and run. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Richardson looking to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions.
Get it! Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Brian Burns, the one to bring him down.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down.
Deputy! Cowboy 80! Buffalo 18!
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Here we go. Ready?
Now Richardson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Packers have struck first in this NFC title game. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. Now Willis to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here's a quick throw completed by Willis.
And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Mustang 19. Red. Cougar 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Willis.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Willis with a quick throw out wide.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
Well, that's one way, and a good way, to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
Track Viking 18. Ready.
Here's Willis now off the play fake.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Come back. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Go.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Come on, come on. 60 even, 60.
They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They go play action with Willis. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Cowboy 80. 70 simple.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Ready.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Packers 60. Packers ready.
Now it's Richardson.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
10 at the 15-yard line.
On the set.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk.
Richardson looking to throw this.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Bayshore Tootin.
A 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Extra point try now for Moody.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
The score, Packers 14, 49ers 7.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Got it. Ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Come on. Come on.
They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
18 Rattler.
Here's Willis.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Second and 10.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Let's go.
Willis looks to pass it here.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Milton Williams,
the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Third and 15.
a tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Buffalo 18. 18 Cardinal. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Here's Willis. That's to his rookie wideout from Wisconsin.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Returnable now for Allen. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
70 Timberwolves. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Back to throw. Richardson.
A rifle swing that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Garrett Williams.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
Let's go now.
It's a play fake. Here's Willis. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Willis showing off the wheels there. He gets him the first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been played at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Brooks running left.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
On the set.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Dragon 60. Street, come 19, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Willis will look to throw it. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Youngway Koo set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
Come on. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Steady.
Richardson working from the gun. That's into the hands of Worthy. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Packers. And Xavier Worthy, 52 yards. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
79 Broncos. 18 Cardinals. 19 tight. 19 tight. 7 Pirates. 7.
Now Willis. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Willis. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Allen. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
19, Tiger, 19.
They go play action with Willis. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. This is good for a first down. His second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They run out of the gun with Brooks here. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Once again, it's Brooks. Oh, what a move. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
He was taken down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Let's go now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
The shotgun snap to Willis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
Come on. Hit. Gravity Lions. COVID-19.
A handoff running left, Brooks.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jonathan Brooks, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 21.
Youngwei Koo set to kick off.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change their mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
Panther 11. 70 Timberwolves. Mustang 19. Trap 60. Ready,
Richardson looking to throw. There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Richardson to throw.
Get there and bring him down. Brian Burns drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken in at the 11. 54 yards on the punt there, 15 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go. 60 Bobcat. 18. Buffalo 18. Ready?
From the gun, here's Willis.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
We're in the third quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10. Willis.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
A run out of the gun with Brooks.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 14.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Niners on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Got it. Ready?
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Go.
Willis now off of play action. He'll try to do it himself.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this one likely on the short list for Game of the Year candidates, and boy, did it come in a good one here in the playoffs. All tied in the 4th with a berth to the Super Bowl on the line. Buckle up, everybody. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Jalen Waddle, 85 yards. And the Packers
Packers strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. Now Moody for the PAT. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Looking to put a drive together.
Ready.
On the ground, it's Woods to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
19. Ready. Back to 60. Back to 60.
Back to throw, Willis. That's taken in by Weaver. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Dragon 60.
Now Willis to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. He just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
19 Charger, 19 Lion.
Willis got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Cup 19. Tag. 70 Timberwolf.
Now Richardson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. And Xavier Worthy. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter. This possession, it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, 49ers. Nico Collins, 79 yards. And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
49ers 28. Set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
Ready, break.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the fourth quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, 18, Rebel, 18. Here we go, shot. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That's complete to DK.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Warriors 70. Get it. Viking 18. Ready.
Richardson.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
Mustang 19. Panther 60. Panther 60.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Panther 60. Panther 60. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Okay, ready.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
70 Lions.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for the Packers touchdown.
And Xavier Worthy
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Packers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead in this 4th quarter. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14.
The score, Packers 42, 49ers 28.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Willis out of the gun.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Derek Hall.
He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Buffalo 18.
Back to throw, Willis. That's pulled in by Brooks. Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard.
But it brings up 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now 1st and goal.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Here we go. Stack. 19, 18.
Willis to throw.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here?
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
6, 60 Maverick, 19 Lion. Cup 19, Cup 19.
Here's Willis.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
The score, Packers 42, 49ers 34.
So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock. And let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
On the ready.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Let's go now. Ready.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he has a Packer first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Eagles, 60 Eagles.